History is not just about events and dates. It is about the hearts that shaped the world. Today, we uncover extraordinary moments of sincerity and devotion, where faith was not just spoken, but lived. Moments that challenge us to ask, how deep is our faith? How pure is our intention? Stay with us as we explore the stories of Abu Bakr and Umar, stories that will make you rethink what true love for Allah and His Messenger really means. Abu Quafa, the father of Abu Bakr, embraced Islam in his old age after the conquest of Mecca. When he came to pledge allegiance to the Prophet, his hair had turned completely white. With his conversion, Abu Bakr's household became the only one in which every member had embraced Islam. At that moment, Abu Bakr wept. The Prophet asked him, "What makes you weep, O Abu Bakr?" He replied with a remarkable statement, "I wished, O Messenger of Allah, that it had been your uncle, Abu Talib, pledging allegiance instead of my father, so that you would rejoice in his Islam." Here, Abu Bakr sought the Prophet's joy before his own. When he realized that the Prophet would have been happier with Abu Talib's conversion than with his own father's, he wept and wished that it had been the Prophet's uncle instead. From this incident, one understands the essence of faith, sincerity, and what it truly means for Allah and His Messenger to be dearer than anything else. It is a lesson in prioritizing the love of Allah and His Messenger over oneself, one's family, and one's wealth. Who among us today could stand in such a position and wish the same wish? A similar incident occurred with Umar ibn Khattab. He once stood before Al-Abbas, the Prophet's uncle, and they disagreed over Abu Sufyan. Al-Abbas sought to facilitate Abu Sufyan's conversion with kindness, while Umar viewed him primarily as an enemy. Angered by Umar's stance, Al-Abbas said, "Hold on, O Umar. By Allah, had he been from the tribe of Adi, Umar's own tribe, you would not have said this." Umar replied, "Hold on, O Abbas. By Allah, your acceptance of Islam on the day you embraced it was dearer to me than that of my own father, Al-Khattab, only because your Islam was more beloved to the Messenger of Allah than his." It is through such moments that we understand the saying of the early righteous, "Abu Bakr did not surpass you by excessive prayer or fasting, but by something that took root in his heart." Likewise, Ibn Mas'udi once told the generation of the Tabi'un, "You pray longer and strive harder than the companions of Muhammad, yet they were better than you." When asked why, he replied, "They were less attached to the world and more eager for the hereafter." Ultimately, faith is a matter of the heart. Even the abundance of prayer and fasting serves to refine and elevate the heart, bringing it closer to Allah and the hereafter. The hearts of the early pioneers reached such a level that they sought the joy of the Messenger of Allah before their own, striving for it with all their effort. So, how many of us dedicate our time, wealth, and energy to the hereafter as much as we do for worldly pursuits? How many of us are as keen on prayer as we are on business deals? How many of us yearn to stand before Allah as much as we yearn to meet a king or official? How many of us treat the words of Allah with reverence and contemplation as we do political statements and decisions? How many of us have greater certainty in what is with Allah than in what is in our own hands? If we understand this, we will recognize the depths of the mire in which we now find ourselves. The hearts of the early believers beat with an unshakable faith, a sincerity that transformed the world. Their stories are not just history, they're lessons, mirrors that reflect our own priorities. So, ask yourself, where does your heart truly belong? If you found this journey through history inspiring, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. There's so much more to uncover, and you won't want to miss what's coming next.